you sure you don't want to come in here with me?
Yes.
Let's do this. EDS Wellness is just 5 minutes class. We changed the time because we had one person scheduled today and then they were able to be flexible for later so that other people could join in. So I'm going to see if people are joining in and just give them time because Facebook kind of lets people know when we're live. So I'm going to give it a few minutes to see if people are in, are watching, and then we'll start. And we're just going to do just 5 minutes, literally just 5 minutes. I'm sitting on my new Pilates reformer, which I was going to use too. So let's see. But Halen was coloring in the kitchen, and I moved the camera back. So I'm hoping that you can still hear me okay. So if somebody could just let me know if the volume is okay. Ashton, you need to do the just 5 minutes, not just be nosy. Hey. Keep it down, babe. All right, I'm gonna turn this on. Okay. Parenting on Facebook. So if you are tuning in and you're going to do the just 5 minutes, or you're going to be watching and just being nosy like Ashton, when she really should be doing it, right, Ashton? She's gonna kill me. Just get in a comfortable position. I actually have music on. So if you're tuning in, just get seated or standing if you wish. We're gonna just do just a little bit of gentle sun salutations. I'm gonna go over a little bit on the Pilates machine, but afterwards, but we're first just gonna move for literally just 5 minutes and do a few things on the Pilates machine so I can show you guys, in case anybody's ever been interested in Pilates and interested what the big deal is and how can it help you. I'm not a Pilates instructor, I just have started to do it myself and ended up buying a reformer because they actually make new consumer brands that are pretty affordable. There was actually this portable one that I was gonna buy for Christmas and just for a little bit more I could get this. So we'll see, but at least I can show you guys a little bit of what I do. I use it a lot for leg pain, to be honest. And you can also do it supine, which for me and for anybody else that deals with POTS or dysautonomia, being able to do some kind of exercise while you're lying down is awesome. I mean, it's beyond awesome. So first, we're just gonna make sure everybody's there. The feed is live. Get seated or standing in whatever you would like to do. We're just gonna do some modified sun salutations, gentle, stretch a little bit, gently, not too much. And then we'll go over Pilates a little bit. So I still have the resources that I planned from last week or the week before for restorative exercise, and one was alignment, and another one was another movement exercise that I wanted to teach you all. But they're a little bit more, they're not hard at all. They're just harder to teach, and I need certain things to use them or to do them properly. So we're gonna do that either on Wednesday or do that next week. But I definitely will be following up with that and making sure that we do that. They're just, like I said, not harder at all. They're movements and they're very easy for anybody to do. You just need certain things to be able to do it right and to judge your alignment and for me to teach it. So we're still gonna do it. I just need to make sure that I prepare myself and a little bit better to make sure that I teach it appropriately so that it's easy for people to understand. So get comfortable, sure. So for those of you that are joining in, thank you. Thank you for being flexible. Tracy, if you're there, thank you. Okay, I think you can see me. I'm gonna turn up the music a little bit. All right, hopefully you can hear the music too. So get comfortable wherever you are in a seated or standing position. If you are not used to yoga and you've never done this before, this is modified sun salutations, very, very gentle flow, if you will. Go at your own pace. If you've never done it before, just watch. Okay, then come on. Just watch, and Halen's coming. The kids are all home today. So, okay, boop boop. Now I need you to stand right here. Okay, so Halen is gonna be modifying for me. And so we're gonna do modified sun salutations and seated or standing. And if you've never done this before, please watch. But most importantly, we're first gonna introduce ourselves, right? So who are you?
I'm Halen.
I'm Kendra Nielsen-Miles. I'm the founder and president or executive director of EDS Wellness. EDS Wellness is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that was started earlier last year in February, about a year ago. And but the work I've been doing has been going on for a number of years, probably 5 to 10. And I waited to go nonprofit just because you can't just jump ship, go nonprofit without putting a lot of plans in place and work behind you. So here we are. So we're officially launching, and Just 5 Minutes classes are part of that. However, doing them live twice a week is an adjustment for me too, because I do this so that I can help other people, but I also do it so I can be available to my own kids. I have 3. And also to make sure that I can take care of myself and be flexible for my own health. I am a patient too. And but Just 5 Minutes twice a week has been an adjustment for me too. Plus the mind-body strategies for hypermobility with chronic pain I do at the Mindfulness Center now on Thursdays. So these are all new programs. These are all part of the mission and initiatives of the EDS Wellness. But doing them and working at a consistent time every week and needing to like shower and be presentable is a challenge for me too. So that's been an adjustment. So thank you for everybody who's been patient. And so we're going to get started. So you're going to do it next to me, okay? Or do you want to do it behind me? What do you want to do? Okay. So get seated, standing, like I said that 5 times. But just get comfortable wherever you want to be. Halen and I are going to be, actually, you know what? I'm going to be seated. Do you want to stand? Or do you want to sit? Okay, so you sit and you do it next to me while I stand. All right, so I think you can still see me. Let me just make sure. Halen, can you put your hands down on the ground? Sit next to you. Just get seated or comfortable wherever you are. Make sure your feet are about hip width apart. If you're seated, you want them to make sure that they're firmly planted on the floor, that your legs are not dangling like Halen's, but they're at a 90-degree angle. And that you're comfortable and that you're seated and that your posture is tall and upright and not slouching over and hanging on your joints, and also not hyperextending your neck up or down, and that you're really seated, standing with your pelvis not, tucked forward too much or tucked back. You don't want to have a sway back. You want to be seated with neutral posture, with your hands comfortable at your side. Hands comfortable at your side. And your neck in neutral alignment and straight up and down. That's not what you want to do. Okay, so we're going to be Zen-like and pretending the 6-year-old is not here, or that she's listening. So we're going to be seated, comfortable position, hands at the side, with your head in a neutral alignment, along with your back. If you've ever had neck surgery, please understand the best thing to do is just watch and make sure you ask your provider or PT before you do anything new. I can't see you all can see me. I have no idea what everybody's mobility levels are. Everybody has a different case of EDS with comorbid conditions, and we're all different. These classes are not meant to be a directive. They're meant to just help provide some motivation that we all kind of come together, because like I said, I am a patient too, and I struggle like everybody else. And some days are easier than others, and some days like this morning are really, really hard. So we're all here, and we can all have different mobility levels, but there's plenty of ways to modify, and I'm always happy to help with modification, like you can be seated or standing. And the most important thing about yoga, and the reason why some people get very nervous about doing it with hypermobility, is that when you are deconditioned or when you have no proprioception and you don't really understand that your range of motion is too much and not really what it should be, that we have a hard time kind of judging when we've gone too far. So a lot of times that's where yoga has been like, this whole no-no thing. But it's actually very good. Yoga can be incredibly important and efficient for mindfulness and helping with mind-body alignment, proprioception. We can learn a lot, and we can also strengthen our joints if we understand that we don't go as far as our joints allow us. We actually go to about 60, I'd say maybe 85% of our full range of motion, which is within normal range for other people. So the idea with yoga and how to keep yourself safe is to make sure that you don't go as far as you can. You stop yourself, and that you help strengthen your muscles so they become the brakes that your ligaments and your connective tissues are not for your joints. So the stronger our muscles, the more stable our joints are, because they do the work that our connective tissues cannot. So that's where yoga can come in. Sometimes people need to build up to being able to do it, and that's perfectly fine. Sometimes it's just good to just watch. But the idea with yoga is to really not go as far as you can, just because you can, and to go about 85% of alignment, and of our full range, and our range is bigger than more people. And I guess she's not here anymore. And I think her older brother just came home. And and then just to learn to stop yourself. So perfect example just before we get started. We all can, a lot of us, not everybody, a lot of us can put our hands on the ground. And a lot of times our hands on the ground is because we have hypermobility in our lower backs. So where the real work is for yoga, or even other movements, sort of exercise, PT, different things with hypermobility, is to learn to not go so far, is to learn that we go maybe to here, and then we stop. And when you go to here, and you're not hyperextending your knees, but you're going to here, you're engaging the right muscles, the glutes and the hamstrings, and then you're helping them to strengthen in the proper range of motion. Again, not hyperextended, not going too far, right here, and then you come back up. So if you learn to just go to here and then stop and then come back up, that's where you're going to train your muscles and train your ligaments to, one, not hyperextend and not go too far. So the idea is to stay within a safer range of motion for us, which is a lot less than other people. So that's the aim. Comfortable. I'm going to be seated since Halen obviously is not here to be my assistant anymore. So put your feet flat on the ground, parallel, in a parallel position. Make sure your knees are at 90 degrees, but they're not hanging off. And when you're ready, put your hands down to the side and take a couple deep breaths in and out, just at your own pace. Just try to focus on where you are at this moment. Focus on your breath. You can close your eyes if you wish. You can put your hands like this or wherever they're comfortable for you. There's not one right or wrong way. Then you want to make sure that you are just being mindful of where you are, that you are in proper alignment, that your back and neck are up tall and strong, that you're not hyperextending anything, you're not taking down in your back. That you focus a couple times on your breath, being mindful where you are right now, not what you need to do.